A woman and her children have been found dead in an apparent suicide and murder in Butterworth. The woman was found hanging from a rope in a rondavel, and 2 children were found dead on the bed. A murder docket has been opened, and police are currently investigating this. Let's discuss this tragedy with Corene Conradie from the NGO Gift of the Givers, which, as we know, does quite a lot of good work in parts of the country, especially in the Eastern Cape. Corene, good afternoon. What a sad story, what a tragedy. What do you, as Gift of the Givers, know about this matter?
Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to all the viewers. A sad story indeed. Myself and the Gift of the Givers teams from Eastern Cape and across South Africa, it pulled a bit on our heartstrings to know that a mother went to that extent due to hunger. We have spoken to the generals investigating this case, and we have spoken to the community leaders. We have spoken to Department of Social Development to try and make sense. Could it really be hunger? And the answer from all of these entities is yes. This woman used the last food in her house, mixed it with rat eggs, and fed it to her 2 children. There was no food to poison herself and her 14-year-old daughter. So she took a knife, stabbed the 14-year-old in the neck, and then later hanged herself. The community is shocked, but they do report that the mother, months before this event, had borrowed money from several of them to try and make ends meet and to survive, to try and put food on the table. And she was actually found by one of the people in the community who went to ask if she will be able to pay them back some of the money that she has borrowed. She was unemployed. Although her 3 children were receiving social grant, it just wasn't enough for them to be able to survive.
What a story. I mean, it is so sad. So you said all the various stakeholders have pointed to poverty and hunger as what led her to this level of desperation that she killed her own 3 children, allegedly, until the inquest is over. We will have to say that, and also hang herself. So is that community very depressed, that community of Butterworth, in terms of poverty? Are they really battling?
So this Tulani village is a very deep rural village with over 95% unemployment, and they're very isolated. But this is one of many villages who are struggling with socio-economic effects such as poverty, unemployment, and hunger. And it's just not this one household that are struggling. There's hundreds of them. And also, this is not a particular case. This is just one fortunate case in an unfortunate event that caught the attention of the media. There's several similar cases where mothers, especially mothers unemployed, single mothers, decide to take their lives, including the lives of their children. Hunger is a silent death, and many people just can't see how their families are struggling. Butterworth is also one of the malnutrition hotspot areas. Just last year, in February, 9 children died in that region due to malnutrition and being admitted to hospital too late. And that's the effect of poverty, where you don't see the immediate effect on it. It takes time. And also hunger leads to mental illness, which this mother was obviously suffering from. But because of the rural areas and the stigma around mental illness, these things are not addressed. So poverty does lead to mental illness where you just don't see a way out, which is very heartbreaking and very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking just at the start of Women's Month to hear about this painful, painful situation involving the mother taking her own life and that of her kids. We'll wait and see what the investigations will do. We'll find out. Thank you very much, Corene. sharing with us this tragic story from Butterworth. Corene Conradie from Gift of the Givers, an NGO that's very active in different parts of the country, but especially in the Eastern Cape, and the levels of poverty in the deep rural areas of the Eastern Cape, ezilalini, is really tough. Now, here's a mum, yesterday found dead, hanging on a rope, and 2 of her small kids dead, apparently from Retex poisoning, as she fed them, and a 14-year-old stabbed in the neck. The police are looking into this. But the link, according to the community and various stakeholders, according to NGO Gift of the Givers, is poverty and hunger. What a tragedy.